Good morning from paradise. Early o'clock. Oh my God. What is this? Orange stuff in my garden. What is that in my garden, in my woods? An orange tent. There's only one person who wears orange. A monk. There's a monk in paradise. Oh my God. Good afternoon. How's everybody today? Okay, so I got a funny story for you. I got a bit of an introduction and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. So 2 weeks ago today, I went to the Sunday market, driving down the road to the market. I was going to park where I normally park near the municipal buildings and walk through the temple forest and go into the market. And as I was driving, I seen a walking monk. Now monks at certain times a year will leave their temple and walk, you know, however far they want to walk. Some walk from the north to the south over a period of time. This one was walking from, in the end I found out, walked from Papahin to Lubili. So I seen that he was like roasting hot, because it was like 3 in the afternoon and he was just dripping with sweat. And for a Thai person to sweat, you know it's hot, because normally they don't sweat much. So I drove on to 7-Eleven and I got some water and an energy drink and took it back and give it to him. You know, I tried to be polite and, you know, do the official greeting of a monk sort of thing and give it to him. I wasn't after anything. I didn't need a prayer or anything. I just wanted to give him to him. I just say, dude, you look like you were about ready to pass out. It's so hot. Anyway, some people wanted to come and give him some stuff, you know, and he prays for him, and that's a kind of a mutual thing. You give him and he'll pray for you. So, you know, he's like nearly 60 years old. He's 59 and a bit, nearly 60. So, I stood there and talked to him for a little bit. He was asking where he could sleep for the night. They're not allowed to sleep in a house or hotel or anything. They have to sleep outside in the forest. So, I knew where some forest was by a river. So I told him about it and he said, okay, thanks. And I said, maybe I'll try to find you in the morning and bring you some food, because they only eat once a day in the early morning. So he said, okay, thank you. So I got some food and went over there, and I knew roughly where obviously I knew the woods, so I went there and I seen a big saffron, maybe a little orangey color sheet hanging by a tree. I said, ah, there he is, army guy, scouting out. I could see him. So I went over there and took him the food and got talking to him, and he told me where he's going and so on. And I said, you know, how can I put this politely? I found in the end that people who own the land weren't happy that he was there. I'll just end it like that, okay? So I said to him, look, if you're coming back this way and you need somewhere to stay, you can stay at my place. So long story short, he walked to Lubili and came back, and then one day the dogs were barking, and they're always barking at something, and I went outside. I didn't see anything. I looked on the road and there's a monk standing there. I'm like, cool. But he couldn't come in over there by the house. It's like a archway, so you're not allowed to go through a gate, not allowed to pass through fences. So so I said, well, come down here by the woods. I showed him where the woods is. There's no gate, no fence, just the woods. So he said, okay. So he stayed the night, and I gave him some water, and he's not allowed to come in the house to shower, so I gave him some water in a bucket and some bowls and some soap, and he washed. And then you know, I gave him some hot water for coffee. He made himself a coffee. He had that already, and he sat down and started praying, and I sat with him. And then the next morning I got him some food. This is a funny story. I gave him the food. He said, you know, okay, like, thank you. And then he didn't really do what he normally does with Thai people. He was just talking to me. You know, I respected him. We're like the same age. He's 50, almost 60. I'm 61. So I come back a couple minutes later to see if he was okay, and he was gone. His stuff was here, but he was gone. And he walked all the way to the village, because the thing is, the monks pray for people in the early morning, and they want to give him something. So they want to give the monk something so they can receive the prayer. So this is a mutual understanding that Thai people have with their walking monks, local monks as well. And then he come back, he looked a little bit warm, and he sat down and he taught me some stuff, and we talked, and I asked questions, and I was all the questions that I kind of kept under my hat for a long time, he answered them. And then he ate his food, so I left him alone. He prayed some more. Then he slowly got himself ready. We talked some more, and off he went. Started walking back towards Bapa Hin. So what I have is a collection of photographs, a little bit of video, and me talking of things that I felt while he was here. And at first I didn't want to share this with anybody, but a friend of mine says, go ahead and share it. He thinks everybody would enjoy. So I said, deal. So here I am. So I'll get off and enjoy. See the monk's blanket there. Oh, there he is. You can see his stuff on the floor. Some breakfast. And little nam and coffee. Coffee yen. Okay.
เดี๋ยวไม่เรียบไหมเรียบไหม
So here he is, he's going to set up his little tent, a walking monk living in the woods. And this is normal how they travel around the country. That banging noise is the farmer over there trying to keep the birds off the field, and it's most annoying. And I think they're supposed to harvest, I was told they're going to harvest on Saturday, but now I'm told it's either tomorrow or Tuesday. So this is where he's going to sleep tonight. Cool, you can't sleep there with him, can you? You going to leave him alone tonight? Huh? Are you going to leave him alone? Or are you just checking out, make sure everything's okay? Ankit, Cub. Cub. People who speak English are watching.
Speak English.
Speak English. Bye. Put Ankit. Bye.
English. What? What? I am it English.
I speak English.
I speak English.
I speak a little English.
I speak English.
Nit noi.
I speak English.
Yeah, I speak English. There you go. So he's speaking English for you. What do you think? Crazy life, huh? Live here in the middle of nowhere, and the walking monk comes and sleeps in your woods. I'm just going to get him some water. I'll be right back. So I'll give him some water over here. He won't go in the house and shower. He won't go in the house and shower. But I gave him some water, and he had a bath there and washed his clothes. Look at this tent. Isn't that cool, tent? You know, they have an umbrella if the sun's too hot or it's raining. So That's the umbrella. But then there's a mosquito net which goes over top of it, so he can sleep inside. If there's a little bit of rain, he can keep it off him. And no mosquitoes. How cool is that? Super cool little tent.
Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Buddhaṃ Bhagavantaṃ Abhivadeṃ Sawakhato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammaṃ Namassāmi Supatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Saṅgho Saṅghāṃ Namāmi นะโมเป็นที่พึ่งของข้าพเจ้าทางศีลหรือทางเยวหังศาสนาปุพลังจัตตุโอโรสทางนิพพานังเถติทุกขะโตปัญจการนาจาริมาสมุทโธภควาโตทางภควันตังอภิวาเทมิ
Good morning from paradise. Early o'clock. Now he's preparing his stuff to start walking again for the day. That's an umbrella which he can use, and also he sleeps under it. Very cool, his arrangement. As an ex-army guy who's used to sleeping rough in the middle of nowhere, I like his tent and his camping stuff. Really cool. You know how I feel if I have to try to summarize my feelings about him being here. I asked him to come. I seen him when he was on his way to Lubberly, and I said, if you ever come back this way, I said, there's a little piece of woods, you're quite welcome to stay there, and nobody will stress you out. Because, you know, it's quite stressful. Not everybody's friendly, he says, even towards monks. I didn't say that, he did. But he's 59 years old. And just like him being here and trying to communicate with him and watching him and do what he's doing, would I want to be a monk? Now I know more about it. Years ago I thought about it, but now no way. For my personal reasons. But it's cool that he wanted to come here and stay, and he's staying. And it's kind of, you know, normally I don't have anybody here, so it's kind of cool that he's here. You know, going on about his business. A visitor. So he's the kettle. This is how he carries his water in the kettle. See the kettle with the cup? That's how he carries his water. I offered him to fill it up again, but he said no, it's too heavy if you fill it all the way up. And then it's all his goodies in his bag over there. Actually, that's where he put his food, but he's carrying his stuff in it while he's walking. And this is an umbrella, doubles up as a tent. So everything packs up nice. He can make a good soldier. The walking monk.
Goodbye, goodbye. Good night. Goodbye.
Good night, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Be safe.